Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler, newly appointed, will have his first meeting since being appointed. It's coming up soon. And an attorney, and I'll share with you the specific comment on this, but an attorney within the XRP community says, oh yes, Ripple and XRP absolutely going to be discussed. Also, in terms of the way this is going to develop, just in general, what's happening with... well, let me say this. Specifically with what's happening regarding the SEC suit against Ripple, as well as in a general sense with what's happening in crypto, a very popular and well-known commissioner of the SEC, Hester Peirce, seems very optimistic. And I want to share with you some of her comments on this, because frankly, her opinion of Gary Gensler, if accurate, makes me feel a lot better that he's in charge than that previous asshat, Jay Clayton. Good thing that he is gone. But I do want to be clear at the outset here. I don't have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos as a super duper fun hobby about Ripple and crypto and XRP and asshats, and that's all that's going on right here. Just want to be clear. And so here was a tweet from XRP community member Crypto Wizard, who shared screen grabs, which I'll pull up shortly. And here's what he tweeted out. A closed meeting to be held on May 6th, which was scheduled on April 29th, to discuss settlement, injunctive actions, and resolutions. Interesting. Could it be XRP? And perfectly fair question. So here's one of the two screen grabs, and you can see it came from the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. Here's the meeting time and date, 2 p.m. on Thursday, May 6th. And this meeting is closed to the public, but take a look at this. This is the second screen grab that Crypto Wizard shared, and this, understandably, has caught the attention of the XRP community. It reads as follows. The subject matter of the closed meeting will consist of the following topics, and there's 4 bullet points. 1. Institution and settlement of injunctive actions. 2. Institution and settlement of administrative proceedings. 3. Resolution of litigation claims. And 4. Other matters relating to examinations and enforcement proceedings. So, perfectly reasonable speculation to think, this is our boy Gary's first meeting here, and yeah, we could end up being disgusted by what how he proceeds in handling Ripple and XRP, but I prefer to give people the benefit of the doubt right now, okay? And at least he's not Jay Clayton, right? He's got that going for him. He provably is not Jay Clayton. So anyway, attorney Jeremy Hogan retweeted that, actually. He retweeted what Crypto Wizard put out there and said the following on this exact topic. The first meeting with Gary Gensler at the helm. When I worked for insurance companies, we would have this type of meeting to discuss overall strategy and certain particular cases of note. The SEC has a lot of cases in litigation, but certainly Ripple will be discussed here. So this is the first meeting where this discussion will take place. I'd be surprised, frankly, if it wasn't discussed too. Now, the reason that I say that, not having any sort of legal background, whereas Jeremy Hogan, he's more likely to have a feel for what is going to unfold. Even without me having that, just the fact that he just took over, and the biggest case that they have right now, by a long shot, that they're pursuing, is their case against Ripple. How could that not come up? I would be surprised, because this is the type of stuff that they would be talking about in a meeting such as this. So what can we anticipate to happen moving forward? Well, take a look at this piece from theblockcrypto.com. Hester Peirce, a Gensler-led SEC could lead to a very productive few years for crypto. And that's a quote. The very productive few years, that is a quote. Hester Peirce, a commissioner for the Securities and Exchange Commission, said she's looking forward to a Gary Gensler-led commission. In a keynote conversation at an official monetary and financial institution forum conference on Thursday, Peirce, widely viewed as crypto-friendly by the industry given her past statements and interest in crypto-specific policy moves, said it could be, quote, a very productive few years, end quote, with Gensler at the agency's helm. Now think about this. She works at the SEC. She's one of the 5 voters on what on what actions to take legally, and she's been saying for years that there just is not sufficient transparency within the SEC. It's not being provided, and she's been saying that must change. She's also gone so far, and this is amazing to me that she actually said this because she still works there. But it was a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. She's speaking publicly. She was asked, why aren't we seeing the change that you believe is necessary to this point? And she said that the other folks, her coworkers at the SEC, are looking out for their own necks, basically. That was it. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty damn close to what she said. Because the fear is, if they provide clarity, what they believe to be sufficient clarity, and something goes horrifically wrong, it's their rear ends on the line at that point. And so that's what she has shared publicly she believes is the reason that we haven't gotten this. So what do we get instead? Regulation through enforcement. Yay! Good times. That's so fun and ethical and fair. Yay! Peace continues. Gensler, now head of the commission after his nomination from the Biden administration was confirmed by Congress, took a hard line for investor protection when he led the Commodities Future Trading Commission. His tenure there coincided with the institution of the Dodd-Frank Act, leading to considerable enforcement efforts after the financial crisis during the late 2000s. Though Gensler is known to be better versed in crypto than other regulators, having taught a course on blockchain at MIT in between his time in Washington, his watchdog attitude towards consumer protection leaves questions surrounding his impending treatment of crypto. Now, Peirce, for her part, said she thinks these two factors could create a productive few years for the SEC, in which the agency finally solidifies regulation for crypto. And it's worth considering this also, because look, crypto's way more in the limelight than it was even a few years ago, way more. And if you consider, for instance, the previous asshat who was he's not previously, currently an asshat. The asshat who previously was the chair of the SEC, Jay Clayton, when he was going through the whole confirmation process to achieve that position after being nominated, he wasn't asked one single question about crypto. I don't get any sort of idea that he was well versed necessarily. I'm sure, of course, he knew of it. I don't get the sense that he was well versed on it at all, or had a reasonable position on the asset class as a whole. And he certainly had no interest in providing clarity for the space. He just is proven. He proved through his actions and inactions he doesn't give a damn. He didn't then, and he doesn't now, right? But take a look at this quote. I expect that he'll, so we're talking about Gary Gensler now, I expect that he'll take investor and investor protection seriously as far as any SEC chairman would, said Peirce. But I think he also appreciates the value that a good, well-articulated regulatory framework can have. And so I'm looking forward to working with him on that. And so look, Hester here feels that it's reasonable to be optimistic that there actually will be sufficient clarity for the space coming from the SEC. But what's unfortunate for people that hold XRP, especially if you held it back when this terrible news hit in December, the damage is already done. There are all sorts of people that panic sold at the bottom, and so fine, yeah, the price of XRP rebounded, but those people are still victims of the SEC. I think that's fair to say, right? They still ate it. And the other way, there's so many people that probably would be holding XRP today, thrilled about, to this point, substantial amounts of profits that they don't have today because of this. So it's unfortunate knowing that happened, but it is good to see that Hester Peirce thinks that a couple things here. He's going to be likely to provide or work to provide, not that it's solely up to him, sufficient clarity, but also in terms of the way that he's regulating existing cases. It does seem that I actually buy, to this point anyway, we'll see if I end up changing my position as things unfold, but to this point, I feel much better having him in charge than who was involved under the previous administration. So to me it feels better, specifically for XRP holders. But even so, I don't believe for a moment we're going to get some sort of dismissal of this case. Best case scenario, there's a settlement. And I would love to see that. I think there's a good chance for that. I don't know for sure if it's going to happen. But the SEC they're weak. Their case is weak compared to what Ripple has. That's what it seems like. And fine, we're not privy to all the details on both sides. But based on what's been publicly made available, yeah, I would rather defend Ripple than the SEC. That's for damn sure. So yeah, you guys can let me know which you think. I'll wrap up the video with a few tweets here that I just found highly fascinating. This first one comes from my fellow XRP YouTuber, Digital Asset Investor, who wrote the following. How many times have we heard, "That's not the official position," or "I'm not speaking for the SEC," from SEC officials? Where exactly does the buck stop? My 8-year-old takes more personal responsibility than one of the most powerful government agencies in the world. Fair enough point. Now, attorney John Deaton, who is a member of the XRP community also, and he's the one that's leading a charge against the SEC and working to file a class action lawsuit, as well as he just filed a motion to intervene in the case, actually. So we'll see what comes of that. Hopefully good news. But he retweeted that and wrote the following. If the SEC stays non-committal on everything, never taking an official position, it allows the SEC to do whatever it wants. For example, it could allow the trading of an asset for 8 years and then all of a sudden claim all the sales of that asset over those 8 years were illegal. Which is exactly what freaking happened. Then that was retweeted by another attorney, Arturo Portillo, member of the XRP community. So now he's retweeting what John said. Exactly this. By not taking an official position, the SEC actually takes a position inadvertently. By staying deliberately silent, the SEC impersonates the archetype of Pontius Pilate. At the darkest hour, they routinely wash their hands of the responsibility. There you go. I think you guys know where I fall on all of this. It's making sense to me and my simple little moon Lambo brain. I'll wrap up there, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon Lambo.